Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Mind the Moment's Tuesday morning gathering brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. I'm Jackie Johnson, and we'll start today with a question as we usually do for the group. And then we can all share a few thoughts, and then I'll lead a guided practice of about 15 minutes, and we'll save time at the end for some questions. So as people are entering, if you would open up the chat and just check that at the bottom, it says host and panelists or everyone, or shift from host and panelists to everyone so that we can all see your comments. And again, while we're waiting and as people are entering, let's just take a moment to arrive. Check in first with your body, see if it needs anything at the moment. Perhaps giving yourself a good stretch. Feel free to stand up if you like and stretch, or do whatever feels right to help you settle in for this next bit of time. And as you find your seat, perhaps taking a few intentional deep breaths. And if you're feeling tired at all, really noticing the inhalation, maybe even lengthening the inhalation. And if you're feeling any sense of agitation or stress, paying most attention to the exhalation and perhaps even lengthening that. Feeling the weight of the body supported by your seat or by the ground if you're standing. And if it helps to just settle in, allowing the eyes to close for just a moment. And my question this morning is, what's something you can appreciate in this moment that you may have missed or overlooked in the busyness of the start of the day? And feel free to, I want to encourage you to really respond in a sensory way. So if you notice that you're immediately going to your head to answer, just sort of check in with your senses, what you see, what you hear, what you smell or feel around you. Maybe taste if you're sipping something right now, but just notice if there's something to appreciate that you may have missed. And for me, just before getting on, as I looked around, I just noticed I'm in Connecticut and there's still a good bit of snow on the ground here. And the sun shining on the snow behind my house is just gorgeous. The shadows on the snow right now with the sun streaming in are really beautiful. So just feel free to share anything in the chat that you're noticing that you may have missed. I see Francis said, hearing local crows calling. Susan says, a gravity connection. Yeah, that's really beautiful. And feel free to keep sharing things. You know, when the head's running the show, we can miss so much and we can get so focused on things. And the mind has this negativity bias that is trying to keep us safe by paying attention and always scanning for any dangers or threats and trying to keep us moving forward. And so part of this practice is really about training the mind and heart to counter that conditioning, to really open up to what else, you know? So it's not about a denial. If we're feeling sad, if we're struggling with something, if we're feeling sensations of discomfort in the body, it's not about denying that. It's about the and what else? And what else is here? So I see Heather says tight muscles from a recent workout, just enough to let me know I've been active and makes me appreciative of my body. Beautiful. Sun shining through a window on a fern, highlighting the greens and yellows. The taste of coffee. Sometimes I don't even take time to actually taste it. Yeah, yeah. So it's really, in many ways, this practice is a reminder for us of that. What else? What else is here as we open up? And I love that idea, as Heather mentioned, of, we can have different perspectives about that noticing of the tight muscles, and to be able to take that in with that sense of appreciation of the body. That's really great. Okay, so feel free to add more and we can come back to this. And we're going to now settle into a posture for about 15 minutes of meditation, and choose a posture that for you right now really balances wakefulness and relaxation and ease. So one that enables the body to let go to whatever degree possible. And that can be, again, a seated posture or a standing posture, whatever feels right in this moment. And just really feeling into the body supported by the earth. And if it feels right, allowing the eyes to close or gently casting the gaze downward. And again, inviting in a couple of deeper than normal breaths. And then inviting the breath to find its natural rhythm. The breath knows how to do this. And scanning the body and inviting softening. If you notice any areas of tension or tightness, just inviting them to soften. Really making this as easeful as possible. And inviting the attention to drop from the head to the heart. Noticing how that feels. You might notice a sensation, something like melting or softening. Maybe even like honey dripping down. Feeling the breath in this place. No need to breathe in any special way. And I want to invite you to imagine a flame in this heart center. And with each in-breath, the flame brightens. And then with the out-breath, radiating. That flame radiates throughout the body. And even beyond the body. Breathing in, feeling that brightening of the flame. And breathing out, feeling the radiance through the body and beyond. And with it, a sense of care, of kindness, of tenderness and benevolence for all, including non-humans, above and below, really radiating out in all directions. Now let's take some time in silence and just in your own way, seeing if you can really notice that feeling on each in-breath of a sense of flame brightening. And on the exhalation, that sense of radiance, of care, of kindness, radiating a sense of well-being in all directions. Each time you notice that the awareness defaults to thinking, simply inviting the attention back into that heart area, inviting that softening, that sense of melting and tenderness. With each in-breath, a feeling of opening, of brightening, and a chance to begin again. And on the out breath, feeling that sense of radiating, as if this practice is the most precious thing that you can do right now. Nothing else to do, just this. And in the last few minutes of practice, again, recommitting to brightening that flame and to radiating the warmth throughout your own body and to all beings everywhere, all directions. And as we bring the practice to a close, may our practice be of benefit to all beings, and may the deepest wisdom and love guide and protect us all. And as you're ready, bringing some movement back into the body, allowing the eyes to slowly open if they've been closed, taking in your surroundings. Just taking your time to bring your attention back to the group, really feeling into the group and to the support of our community. So in our remaining moments, I would love to hear if anybody has questions, has an experience of the practice that they'd like to share. No, I think what we're doing with a practice like this is we're training the mind and heart. And we're practicing sowing seeds, this notion of radiating the warmth through our own bodies. We're creating an environment internally that is more inviting. Sort of like I think of it almost as being in a room in the house that feels really to your liking, that has a sense of warmth and comfort that's easy to hang out in. And even if there are still some places in the rest of the house that may not be quite as inviting, we can tackle those. We can work on those as we go. But, practice is easier if we feel that sense of warmth, and if we feel like there's a place we can come to that feels inviting. Yeah. Tamara, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, said it actually made me feel a bit warmer. Yeah, that's great. And I wonder too, what your thoughts are about what the value is of practicing in this way. What do you notice for you? And as always, don't take my word for it. It's really an opportunity for a taste of a taste of a practice that's sometimes referred to as loving kindness practice, which is often done with phrases and can also be done without phrases, which is what we did today. And just it's an opportunity to try it out for yourself and see what the value is. Also feel free to share a sunny day helps with the warmth. Yes, absolutely. Feel free to share if you have any favorite resources, any books, a poem, anything else that you want to point the group toward in these last couple of minutes. Feel free to share that also in the chat. I have a favorite quote that is actually on my refrigerator that comes from the meditation teacher Sylvia Boorstein. And she says, "May I meet this moment fully. May I meet it as a friend." And to me, that gets a little bit at what this practice is about for me in my experience, and a good reminder that that's available to us throughout the day. So may we each meet each moment fully and meet it as a friend. And I thank you all for your practice this morning, and a reminder that we will be back together tomorrow morning and Thursday morning, and hope you'll join in again. So thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day.